So the quality of your relationship with your wife or husband reflects the quality of your relationship with God.
God.
It's like that.
Hi, beautiful people. Welcome once more to our amazing YouTube channel. This is Havila School of Marriage by your very own Dr. and Dr. Mrs. Crysantus and Linda Nzometia. It's such an honor for us to have you here with us today. If this is your first time, you're so welcome. Please grab a seat and enjoy this amazing video. In Avila School of Marriage, we talk about singles, talk about courtship, we talk about marriage and the family. And it's our objective that everyone be ushered into and enjoy a glorious marriage and leave a transgenerational legacy.
Legacy.
Today, we'll be handling something very important and crucial. Sweetheart,
Yes, yeah, we are going to talking about a very important and strange topic. The lessons we learned from failed marriages. There are things that are common among all failed marriages. And what is a failed marriage? A failed marriage is a marriage that failed to fulfill its objective. Although when God brings people together, it's to accomplish an objective. If they don't achieve that objective, it means that they have failed.
mm,
And when they don't achieve it, you start seeing problems within them. Because when they are at peace with God, their marriage will be at peace. The moment couples start fighting, quarreling, doing all of them, know that they are surely failing in their mission that God gave them. In their mission that God gave them. So failed marriage is not just when people are divorced. They could be together, but they are fighting every day, quarreling every day, or living in different houses and no longer enjoying and portraying. And the primary mission for all marriages is that we reflect the glory of God.
mm,
We reflect the glory of God with our marriages. Now we send out a message to the world that this is how you should relate with God that people are not seeing by the way He sees us interacting with each other. So every marriage should fulfill that primary objective. So the quality of your relationship with your wife or husband reflects the quality of your relationship with God.
God.
It's like that. You don't need any test for that. You don't need any justification to say it's because this person is like this. That's why God says that as much as it depends on you, live at peace.
Peace.
If you are really peaceful and your partner is the one that does not want peace, you will still be peaceful. You will still do everything to be at peace.
Yeah.
There is a woman that died recently, a global champion, and they say that the husband killed her. You never ever saw her go out. She never ever portrayed anything like a woman who was in problem because she was a peaceful woman.
Very peaceful.
She lived at peace and he died even in that state. And now she's enjoying God's bosom. You see that is it. So a failed marriage fails to fulfill this primary objective. We're not talking about a marriage that did not build many houses or this. No, that's not what we're saying. When God brings people together, Ephesians chapter 5 from verse 22 upward, it is to reflect his glory. It is to reflect his glory because the marriage, the quality of your marriage reflects the state of the church, the state of the nation, and so on. So that is it. If you don't do that, then it's failed. So when you see marriages that don't do this, there are things that are common lessons that you can learn from them. The first is time. When they met each other, they were hasty. They were hasty. That's what that
Yes, so
they
baby could
did
see that
not
again.
give time
That's
to know each other.
that was one general ravaging factor.
Yes.
There's always this pressure when people are still single, they want to get married, especially when they found the one. They just want to do it now. And because of that, they move past some very vital information, character traits, character flaws about the other person. And the ones that have entered the marriage, the temperature has gone down.
The temperature has gone down.
Then their eyes have now opened and they're like, hey, what did I get
Who
into?
did I marry like this? Eh?
Mm.
What did I bring myself into?
But that's not people have changed.
I,
Nobody
I watched
changes.
a movie where the lady, when she discovered it, she said, I missed it.
Yes, yes, yes.
I missed
I
it.
missed it.
So when you meet the person has proposed to you, or you have proposed, you want to propose to the person as a man. We have done videos on that. So you can watch all the videos.
Mm-hmm.
You have time to observe the person. You have time to
Observe.
do your research. And when you propose, you have time to discover the person. But when you propose, it's not yet marriage. You are just in courtship. And courtship is that time. That's why in our school, we have a whole curriculum. When people come to us for courtship counseling, we do courtship counseling, follow up,
Follow
and
up.
training.
Training.
Three things that we do. That's how we prepare couples. Those who really submit to our school. Because some come and they are doing, then when they do that, I will just keep them beside. Just keep them beside because we will not want to have the testimony that will lead you and you are not succeeding. At the beginning, we tolerated some and we're having the consequences, and now we don't even want to hear that.
Mhm.
So when people come, we take them into a school and there is a curriculum. Now we are going to be doing something we call courtship classroom, where when you come, we send you into the classroom.
Mm.
You stay in the classroom until you graduate yourself from it. When you see that you are now ready, you enter. So time factor, people were so hasty. In Isaiah chapter 28, verse 16, God assures us that when you believe, you will not act hastily. Because what he wants to do is sure. Yes, you have seen the person. Okay, you have confirmed the person. He has given you the person. There's no need to be hasty. There is no need to be hasty. Don't be hurrying to give testimony that I met this person last month, we got
Praise
married
the
this month.
Lord.
Listen to me, it's not a good testimony. It's not a good testimony, but you are two strangers. God brought you together. Yes, if you were pre-prepared before, you still need a time to prepare with each other. And I always say that it should not be less than 3 months.
Yes.
It should not be less than 3 months. There are
One
special
day.
situations that maybe they have to be working with you after. Maybe somebody has to travel. That's when such situation can happen. But you should
Yes.
still ensure that you go through that
The
training.
basics.
Otherwise, there's a problem. There
Mhm.
may be a problem. So time factor. These people fail to give time. They hurriedly enter, and then they discover that they were not yet readily, they are not bonded. The second thing is that they didn't acquire enough wisdom, understanding, and knowledge.
Mm.
You know, many people in marriage are illiterate. We
Yeah.
did I think a
Campaign.
3 to 5 months campaign
Campaign.
to end
Marital
marital
illiteracy.
illiteracy, and many people admitted
Yes.
that they were actually marriage illiteracy
That's
because
right.
every day we're sharing a quote, we're sharing something that shows that you are marriage illiterate or you have some knowledge about marriage. Because we notice that people spend so many years studying, but they don't invest in marriage.
Marriage.
That will keep their name on the earth and perpetuate their name. At least everybody on the earth has a means through which to perpetuate the name on the earth, and it's
Mhm.
marriage. So other people have their gifts, their talents, but everybody has marriage. That could do that. That could do that. Once you enter into marriage, you can actually perpetuate your name through it
Yes.
and build generations through it. So in Proverbs chapter 24, verse 3 to 4, it says that by wisdom a house is built,
You.
by understanding it is established, and by knowledge it is filled with pleasant
Pleasant.
treasures. So
Mm.
if you get into marriage, no matter how you love each other, that's why you need to go through courtship counseling, follow up and training, so that you
Mhm.
acquire this knowledge, this wisdom, and this understanding. Don't say that I've read marriage books. That's not enough. If we could just read from the internet or watch videos and become the best, then I
Praise
could
it
just
to
study,
school.
become an astronaut now like this. Because if you go to the internet, you have notes on
That's right.
astrology, all
That's
those
right.
things. You
Very
see,
true.
I could
Hmm.
just decide I want to become a
Rema.
civil engineer now, and I go to the internet and start watching videos already.
Exactly.
So the fact that you have read books on marriage does not make you a good
Mm.
husband or wife.
Mm.
It has
That's a
prepared,
good.
it has laid the foundation. You need
Yes.
someone now that can help you understand, that can help you understanding, and that can direct you or help you bond well together.
Mm.
You understand? This is very, very important. The third thing is that they didn't fast and pray. You have observed, you have done research, you have known some things, you've heard some things about the person, but the person's heart is only God that can reveal it to you.
Mm.
And it is prayer and fasting that will give you the access into the unseen world of the person.
Yes.
before you start saying that you got married to a witch or to a wicked person or to a bad
He's a
wife
witch
or
for
a bad
me.
husband? Did you fast and pray? When you check these people with failed marriage, you realize that they didn't do this. They didn't do this. They didn't invest in this because it helps you discover a person, help you to hear God's voice. God's voice.
Mm.
Many people, when they meet somebody, the one they dream, they will sleep like this and say, Lord, please tell me about this person. No, it's not a dream, please.
That's right.
The dream, God could give you a
A
dream,
dream.
but we insist that you should confirm the dream with His word.
Yes.
Confirm the dream with His word to be sure that it's from Him. And you should also share that dream with an elder who will help you to know if it's a distraction, is really it.
Yes.
So don't count only on dream.
You know that sometimes that people fast and pray and wait on God, and sometimes God really shows some signs, but they ignore.
Yeah, yeah,
Generally, they
yeah.
all remember that, hey, God said this, or I saw this revelation, or my God was pointing me to this aspect about your life, but I did not pay attention to it. Or maybe our counselor pointed it as a problem, but we did not, ignored it, even though God spoke.
Even though God spoke. So when you pray, you fast and pray, be ready to accept what God will tell you.
Mm,
Be ready to accept what God will tell you. When
mm,
you go to counselors, be ready to accept what they will tell you.
wow,
Be ready to listen to their counsel. We have
that's
spoken
right.
about teachability.
Mm-hmm.
Teachability. All right. So people don't fail in their marriage just because they were not the right ones. They may have been the right ones, but they didn't give time. They didn't go through they didn't obtain the right knowledge, wisdom, and understanding.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't fast enough to pray. Because God could reveal some of those things and give you conditions for a person to correct it first
Yes.
before you go ahead. We said that it's not red lights are not for you to just run away.
Fine.
It's for you to say this light should become green.
Stop. Yes.
I will wait until I see green before I pass.
Mm,
When you're on traffic lights, you don't pass when it's red. You wait until you see green.
green.
Time will come for the
Shoot.
green. So give time for the green to come, and that's the condition you give the person to rectify that thing and be confirmed by you, your mentor, and his own leaders before you go ahead. Before you go ahead. So this is so very important. Another thing you will notice among these people, we have already said, is that they didn't go for counseling. Most of the time, ladies who want to go for counseling, uh,
The guys are the
the guys
ones
will
that
be refusing. We dismissed a
you
couple
don't need
recently from our
counseling.
school. If you're interested in a village school of mine, we do dismiss.
Yeah,
The
it's true.
lady came until they registered. And then the guy wrote and was saying how nobody will control him, nobody will say this and that. We just block, we just remove them, we just remove them. Because if you have somebody who is refusing counseling, it's already a red light. Don't go ahead.
Ha, nobody can
Stop
teach him.
until the person accepts to go for counseling. We already said that Solomon was the wisest man. He had counselors.
Yeah,
And
that
his
is
son,
wisdom.
who grew under him, came and refused counselors and brought his own people who
Nzometia.
tell him what he wants to hear. And his
It's
reign failed.
catastrophic.
Rehoboam, he failed in
Catastrophic.
his leadership because he rejected counseling. He rejected good counsel. Bible says that in the multitude of counselors, wisdom is established. So it's not because you don't have knowledge or you are not a pastor. Sometimes you tell someone about, say, how can a pastor be going and to sit before somebody for
Job.
counseling? Or because you are a leader, you are maybe a governor, a minister. That is not what will succeed in your marriage, not
At
your
all.
position
Ah,
that will succeed in your marriage.
position.
It is knowledge, it is wisdom, it's understanding. And God has endowed some people with. If
Yes.
somebody refuses, stop until the person goes for it. So that you learn how to live together. You learn how to live together. You learn how to handle those things that would have destroyed the marriage. And remember, you are not going to get married only for 1 year or 2 years. We are already 7 years into it. And we are believing God that 60 years into our marriage, we'll still be living together happily.
Amen.
70 years, as long as God gives us grace.
Yes.
One of our fathers in the faith of blessed memory just went to be with the Lord. He lived with his wife for 71 years, babe. 71 years in marriage.
Okay.
And they got married in their early 20s. Listen to me. Early 20s.
Wow.
Early 20s. And they lived together for 71 years. The day I heard that the power was coming to come, I went and attended that God. This grace, I'm coming to connect first to this grace. This grace of succeeding with your wife for so many years. Before any other thing he came with. You see, you can live with your husband or your wife happily for many years.
Yes.
Believe in it,
Enjoy
work
marriage.
at it, you will see it happen.
Amen.
The other thing is that they didn't born before marriage. They didn't born. Sudden or emergency marriages, I already said it, they are risky. When you meet someone, you want to do it now, now, now. Oh, God has done, we have to. We want to hurriedly give a testimony. Please don't be hasty to give a testimony in church. Be hold on, acquire the wisdom, acquire the knowledge that's required, acquire the understanding that's required. Love is not alone. Love
Mhm.
alone is not enough for you to choose a life partner or to confirm that it is time. So when you look at those who have failed marriages, check these things, you realize that they didn't bond well.
Being born, they're not
They didn't
friends.
go for counseling because when bonding is what makes you friends. My wife is my best friend because we
Hmm.
bonded well together.
And because we bonded together, it's easy for me to tell him anything. I'm not afraid to
Mhm, mhm.
express what I'm feeling to him. And I know that he will understand from which direction I'm coming from.
Yes.
Things that strangers will misinterpret and misunderstand about me, he will understand because he knows me very well. He knows who I am, he knows where I'm coming from. That's why the bonding is very important. It builds friendship between the couple. And it's a friendship that we have that will permit me to receive correction from him and vice versa. If he wants to tell me something that I'm doing which is not correct, I'll not be thinking that, hey, he's doing it because he does not like me. He's my friend, and a friend loves at all times.
And because I'm her friend, if I hurt her, she will not consider it too much.
Yes.
Because your friend will hurt you. If she hurts me, I will not consider it too much. I will not magnify it or make it a big problem in the marriage
Mhm.
because we bonded together. That's why when you enter into courtship, you give that time. While you are going through counseling and training, you are bonding with each other.
Mhm.
We are bonding in our school. We accompany the couples to build friendship together. We accompany them because some people don't know this. Some people think that you should marry your friend. So some people think that they have to meet somebody. First of all, interact for long until they think that they are
Married.
friends before they propose. I would say it's very risky because
Yes.
unlike charges attract.
Attracts.
You get into courtship, you build friendship while you are going through counseling, and then you get into a marriage. You are married to your friend and you interact with, you talk, you laugh together, you
Mm-hmm.
easily when you are thinking something, she too is thinking that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. They didn't fast and pray. They
Mm-hmm.
didn't acquire knowledge. They didn't give time.
Time.
So check, you see all these things are common and it becomes a lesson to you so that you do these checks and you give time, you bond, you pray, you fast, you acquire the knowledge, you go for counseling before you enter into that marriage.
Very
So
important.
the fact that God has given you somebody does not mean that he has succeeded already. It means that there are signs that it will succeed.
Do.
You now
Yes.
receive what will cause it to succeed.
That's right.
That's
That's
where
right.
wisdom comes in. Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you for watching this amazing video. We are definitely sure that you were blessed with it. Don't forget to drop a comment. Don't forget to subscribe, of course. Don't forget to like and share.
Mm.
Stay tuned. God bless you.